How we doing today, everybody? What's good? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to do some predictions again, like we do every Thursday at this point. Nice to see y'all again. If you haven't been here before, my name is Cody Lears. My hair, apparently I'm balding. That's going great. Uh, my name is Cody. If you have not been here before, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you would like. We would love to have you join us. It's nice to see y'all here. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and do 2025 Week 4 predictions for the NFL. We have about 16 games to cover. I believe last week I went 9-7. Not really a great week. Still positive, but definitely not as good as we had it last week. So I'm going to have to check what my record is now. Cause yeah, week 1 we did really good. We went 11-5, and I think week 2 we were close to. I think we were like 14-2. Pretty good week for us, to be honest with you. But either way, we're going to shut up and we're going to get right into it. Starting off tonight, we have the Seattle Seahawks versus the Arizona Cardinals. Now, to be honest with you, I would be a lot more confident in the Arizona Cardinals if they didn't just lose James Conner for the year. They took that last second field goal loss to the 49ers, and you would think that maybe they'll get that rolling back at home. But Seattle, as we talked about in my top 10 video just yesterday, is probably the top 10 team, or like one of the, probably 10 right now. I think they're going to beat Arizona at least rather handily, to be honest with you, but I expect this to be a fun game. I do, but I don't think they match up well against Seattle, so I'm going to give Seattle the W here. They've been playing really good football, and I think they continue that. Next up, we have the Vikings versus the Steelers, which I believe is the first international game of the year. Okay, so the Vikings played pretty well last week. They dominated the Cincinnati Bengals. Now they're going on the road to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Technically not, because it's a European game, but I think I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers in this one. Yeah, I'm going to take the Pittsburgh Steelers in this one. I understand how good the Vikings looked just last week, but I don't think you're going to continue that against the Steelers while that defense is still growing and getting better. I think Pittsburgh will get their things going. They forced quite a bit of turnovers just last week. I don't know if the Vikings will make the same mistakes. Carson Wentz seems to be a little bit more confident in the offense, but I think we finally saw Cincinnati's defense really is not all what we thought it was going to be, and I do think the Steelers will come back and they will beat them, and so I'm going to take the Steelers in this one. Okay, who do we got next? It looks like we have the Washington Commanders on the road to the Atlanta Falcons. I'm gonna take the Commanders. The Falcons getting shut out by the the Panthers last week. I have concerns for them. I really do. So I think that the Commanders, and from what I'm hearing, Jaden Daniels may be able to play. And if Jaden Daniels is able to play, I really expect him to pick apart the Falcons, just kind of like the Panthers did last week. Their offense is a lot more electric. It's a lot better, to be honest with you. Give me the Commanders to get that W. I think that they will take that one fairly handily, to be honest with you, but I guess we'll see. Who we got next? Looks like we have the Los Angeles Chargers on the road to the New York Giants. Now, we know Jackson Dart will be starting. Does that change my prediction? Absolutely not. I believe the Los Angeles Chargers get this one fairly easily. Justin Herbert's looking really good. The Giants didn't look so good when they played the Chiefs. They didn't look so good when they on the defensive side when they played Dallas. And of course, week 1 was absolutely rough against the Commanders. I unfortunately for the Giants, I think it continues. I actually have a little bit of faith in them next week, but not this week because the Chargers are one of the best teams in the leagues. So unless this is like a Cleveland Browns situation from the Green Bay Packers last week, I think the Chargers get this one and they just kind of keep rolling. Start off the season 4-0. Titans, they will be on the road to the Houston Texans, where they will lose yet again. Houston, I think, is going to finally get a victory here because their offensive line has not looked great. The Titans' defensive line has not been able to get into the secondary level. Yeah, get into the backfield whatsoever. I don't think that's going to work at all. The only thing that has me a little concerned here is the Titans do have a new play caller, which I do need to talk about here in a little bit. I don't think that's going to change a lot of things for me. I think the Texans will take this one at home. Yeah, I'm pretty confident in that, to be honest with you. Houston gets the win probably by 2 touchdowns, to be honest with you, but hey, we'll give it to Houston. Eagles, they will be on the road to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 2 teams in my top 5 rankings right at the moment. Yeah, that's going to be a really good football game. For me, I'm going to keep riding it because the Buccaneers really have not been too impressive. Obviously, the Eagles, while they haven't really been too impressive, they've been still getting the wins as well. And they've been kind of getting them without late last second like heroics from the field goal kicker. The defense should clamp down a little bit better after what happened to the against the Los Angeles Rams just last week. Give me Philadelphia to get the win here. Jalen Hurts to play really good ball because the Buccaneers defense really has not completely impressed me whatsoever, and I think they're getting a little bit of help, a little bit of magic. Eagles should be able to break through that pretty rough offensive line right now if unless Tristan Wirfs and all them come back, yeah, I think the Eagles take this one fairly easily. Panthers, they will be on the road to the New England Patriots. Do I want to have confidence in the Panthers after that win last week? Yes, but I'm going to take the Patriots. Patriots look like a better overall team right now. Do I think that this game could go either way? Absolutely, because the Panthers played really good football just last week. So to think that this is going to be a runaway is absolutely not going to be the case, in my opinion. I think the Patriots get the job done, but it's probably maybe a field goal, maybe a touchdown, something along those lines. I like what the Patriots are doing. If they can hold on to the ball this week, then I think they do a really good job against the Panthers and they get the job done. Saints, they will be on the road to the Buffalo Bills. I don't I don't think that anything crazy happens here. I think Buffalo gets the job done. Saints did not look impressive at all just last week as they were getting trounced by, I believe it was Seattle. In Buffalo, they played a really close game against the Miami Dolphins, but I don't think it will be that case this week. I think the Saints will be kind of like the Jets, and they will kind of run with it. They will get right into the field, really just handle business as they are supposed to do, and take out the Saints. And Buffalo will continue to go on, keep it rolling. Now, the Cleveland Browns. I always start with now. Cleveland Browns. They are on the road to the Detroit Lions. Is this game going to be is Cinderella going to strike twice? No, it will not. Lions will beat the Browns fairly handily. The defense of the Browns is very good, but the Lions' offense is absolutely phenomenal, and it's going to continue that way. I don't think the Browns have what it takes to stop that whole full power of the Detroit Lions. It worked against the Packers last week, but I don't believe Jared Goff will let that happen to his Lions. I believe they get the win here. It is probably going to be a fairly low-scoring game, maybe like a 20-10 type of game. I think overall, though, the Lions will get the job done. They will take Cleveland out, man. Finally get themselves back in the saddle again. The Jacksonville Jaguars will be on the road to the San Francisco 49ers. Now, this one's a tough one, right? Jacksonville hasn't exactly played the most great football, and the 49ers have played a really close football. They are 3-0 on the year, though. I think this is where I take Jacksonville. Because the Niners, as far as I know, it will be Mac Jones starting on Sunday. Obviously, if it's Brock Purdy, then this prediction is going to go to heck. Because I think the 49ers will get the job done if Brock Purdy's playing at the quarterback position. I'm not like everybody else thinks it's just a system kind of thing. I think that Brock Purdy's a pretty good quarterback. Jaguars, they do have a really good team, a really fun team, but I don't think they have the firepower that's needed to beat the 49ers because the 49ers defense has been playing really good football all over again as soon as they, kind of youngened up and got everything taken care of. Give me the Niners on this one. Colts will be on to the Rams. Now, and I complained about starting with now, but either way, this is a tough one. This is a really tough one. Colts are finally playing a defense that's top tier. If it's the first half, apparently, because the Rams' second half defense went completely raw. But their passing offense is also better than the last three teams the Colts have faced. Okay, give me the Los Angeles Rams in this one. I'm going to regret that, I think, but I'm going to take the Los Angeles Rams on this one. I think Matthew Stafford will get it done. I don't think he'll let it happen 2 weeks in a row. But if the Rams lose this one, I can't pick against the Colts again because they'll get it done. But give me the Rams in this one. I think it's going to be a fairly good game. I think it's going to be a close game. It's very tough to pick this one, to be honest with you. So give me the Los Angeles Rams on this one. I think they'll be able to figure it out. And I think they'll get it done. Bears, they will be on the road to the Las Vegas Raiders. I think I like Chicago a little bit better. Their offense looked a lot better last week, and the Raiders really have not been able to figure things out. Defense played really good over there in Chicago. I think that continues. Things keep moving forward for them. Ashton Genty still is not going to be able to run the ball as he has played nothing but pretty solid defenses to start the year. Really not fair to him, especially because his offensive line just isn't playing good ball. But Caleb Williams looks really good. Second in passing touchdowns to Lamar Jackson. Maybe a lot of people are talking, but Caleb Williams finally got himself a win. Chicago, I think, will continue things going forward for them. They will beat the Raiders here, and I believe that's going to be 2-2 on the year for them. So they're getting things back in the saddle. The Raiders will fall to 1-3 at that point. The Bears' offense looked a lot better, but granted, it was the Dallas defense. Will the Raiders' defense be even better? Yes, it will. Pete Carroll and his crew do not have a bad defense, but I'm going to take Chicago in this one. Maybe it'll be a fairly close game, maybe like a field goal difference or 28-21 kind of game, but yeah, give me the Bears. Ravens, they will be on the road to the Kansas City Chiefs. This one is a tough one, right? Because Kansas City is apparently going to have Xavier Worthy back. They are at home at Arrowhead. The Ravens have started off 1-2 as well. But Derrick Henry continues to fumble the football. Happens. But, okay. For the fourth time this season, I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs in this one. I would like to pick the Ravens, I really would, but I think the Chiefs with Xavier Worthy, I think you're finally going to see the full force of that offense. And the Ravens defense has been absolutely dookie butter. So the Chiefs, I think, will still get enough points on the board. The whole thing is with the Ravens that they should be able to score on the Chiefs, and that is probably true. I think Chiefs will just be able to score more. I think they're going to have their full offense back that they want, except for Rashee Rice. Do I think they beat a team like the Lions? No, I don't think so, but I think they can beat the Ravens because their defense is just completely dookie butter. Like I said, give me the Chiefs to get this one 24-21, something around there. But yeah, either way, Chiefs to get the win here. The Green Bay Packers will be on the road to Jerry World over there in Dallas, Texas. CeeDee Lamb's gone for, 4 to 6 weeks at least? So, yeah, Packers got this one. I don't know what the Cowboys are going to do on the defensive side of the ball. Their defense is bad. Jordan Love needs a pick-me-up, and he will get it on Sunday night next week. He will beat the Cowboys. He will beat them pretty handily. Play almost perfect football, probably, just because that's how the Cowboys' defense looked. Kind of like me when I play college football. But either way, give me the Green Bay Packers to get the job done, especially now that Micah Parsons is now on the Green Bay Packers. Micah's going to have something to prove sitting there in Jerry World. Cowboys will fall at 1-3 as Micah Parsons is sitting on top of Dak Prescott after about 3-4 sacks, probably something around that ballpark. Give me Green Bay to get the job done. Keep things. Let's go. The New York Jets will be on the road to the Miami Dolphins on Monday Night Football. Now, normally, I would want to pick against the Dolphins because it would be funny. I cannot do that this week. They played a close game against the Buffalo Bills. The Jets got absolutely trounced by them, so doing football math, we know it's got to be the Dolphins. Yeah. Jets are also facing quite a bit of injuries, and the Dolphins, they do still have one of the most exciting receiving corps in football right now. I think that we're looking at a fairly easily good game for the Dolphins to be called here. Dolphins will beat the Jets here, kind of get themselves back in the right direction, right? Because they took themselves a loss to the Buffalo Bills, and now they're sitting at 0-3. Both teams are 0-3, so somebody has to give on this one. Give me the Dolphins to get it done, though. Last game, Bengals will be on the road to the Denver Broncos. And this time it will go to Denver because the Bengals defense is, again, just like the Ravens defense, dookie butter. Broncos played a fairly good game against the Chargers last week. Their offense wasn't anything too incredible, except for J.K. Dobbins running the ball all over the field. Either way, the Broncos will get the job done. Jake Browning's going to have to play better than he did last week. I just don't know if he's going to be able to do that against Denver's defense. I think Denver's defense is something incredible, something strong, something good. They have a really talented football team. So, yeah, without further ado, give me the Denver Broncos to get this job done on the last game of the week. And that will be it for the video. Thank you. If you have made it all the way to the end, I appreciate you so very much, and I'll see you on the next video. If you do like what we're doing here, make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to subscribe, as the top 10 should be right up there in that corner for you. And I will see every single one of you on the next video.